It's finally time to talk about another horrible apology video, because this probably has to be my favorite part of internet drama, when a content creator gets themselves in a pretty big situation and they think their way to fix everything is if they sit down and make an apology video. Which I don't know why people still come down to this conclusion, because it's pretty well known that most of the time these videos fail because they're usually really bad. But for some weird reason, every single person think that they are going to be different. My apology video is going to be the one that's going to change everything. I'm not going to be like everyone else just for them to end up like everyone else, and sometimes they could do it so badly that their video just becomes legendary and people will talk about it for years to come. Unfortunately, the apology video that we're talking about is horrible, but it's not that bad. Actually, I take that back. It is probably that bad that people are going to be talking about this for an extremely long time, because this is not how you make an apology video if you are a VTuber organization, because today we are talking about the Nijisanji response video. Now, that is a name that you have probably heard of before, because for the past couple of weeks they have basically been doing the any percent speedrun on destroying their reputation as quickly as possible. But Nijisanji is really desperate right now and they need just one win, an extremely big W. And let me tell you, they are definitely not doing it with this, because not so long ago they ended up releasing two apology video, one from their CEO and another one from a couple of VTubers who work with Nijisanji. So I am going to talk about both of these videos. But before I do that, there is a couple of things that I do have to say. One, I'm not going to be showing any footage of these videos. That is mainly because Nijisanji has a history of just absolutely blasting people off the face of the planet if they use any of their footage, especially if they're using their footage and criticizing them or their VTubers. And you see the size of me. I am not trying to 1v1 a whole corporation, so I'm just going to play it extremely safe. So instead of me doing what I usually do, I'm going to have Lua from the future basically summarize the first apology video, and then I'm going to go and give my opinion on it. Okay, so Lua from the future, take it away. So the first apology video that we are going to talk about ended up being uploaded on Alira Pandora's channel. She is another member of Nijisanji, and in this video, she was joined with two other members. One is being Ike, and the other one is being Vox. Now, these are three extremely popular Nijisanji live streamers, and in the live stream, they ended up talking about how disappointed they were in Selene because she ended up giving out personal information of other members of Nijisanji inside of her legal document that she ended up sending to Nijisanji. And in the video, they also ended up saying that they read through the legal documents before they ended up making this. And also in the video, they ended up leaking messages that Selene ended up sending to the management team. Now, I truly think Nijisanji forced these VTubers to make this video, because that is the only conclusion that I could come down to, because I don't want to believe that these VTubers are just drinking so much stupid juice that their brain is just leaking from their ears to think that this is a good idea. Why would you do something like this? Because them releasing this video has done a lot of things. One, it has completely destroyed their relationship with Doki Bird and also the community, because there was a lot of people still defending the Nijisanji live streamers. They're like, yeah, the situation seems extremely bad, but it looks like it's the fault of the company, not the streamers. And they were telling people to like not rapidly unsubscribe from their YouTube channel because that was something that was happening. But now you releasing a video like this, you have completely destroyed the community support, because this straight up just makes you look like a corporate shill, and a lot of people are not happy about this at all. I mean, just look at the dislike rate of this video. It is absolutely insane. And the comment section, which I'm surprised they decided to keep open, is just filled to the brim with just people insulting them. Two, probably the most important part, with them saying that they read the legal document that Selen ended up saying they may have just done something illegal because Nijisanji ended up showing the document to 3 people who are not involved in the situation at all. And in that document, they could have personal information like Doki Bird's medical information, which is something that you cannot share. That is extremely bad. That is something that a lot of people have called out in the live stream chat, in the comment section of the video, and even Doki Bird herself ended up calling that out by releasing this tweet. So this is just an extremely bad idea, and I think the reason why a video like this decided to come out is because Nijisanji thought this was the best way to gain the support of the community. Maybe if we have a couple of our most popular members saying something like this, then people will listen to us and they will see that Selen is actually the extremely terrible person and not us. We're the good corporation. That is definitely going to happen, but obviously it did it, and they are making this situation way more worse for themselves. And we're not even done with terrible response videos, because after this, they ended up releasing 2 more. One is a response from their CEO, and also something that they ended up writing on Twitter. So first, let's talk about the response of their CEO. This is just bad. The best way to describe this video, it's just the most generic corporate slop that you have ever seen. He's basically just apologizing for 3 things. 1, the original announcement that he ended up saying when Selen first got terminated. He ended up telling their investors that Selen termination is actually not going to be a big deal at all, and we are going to be completely fine after we kicked her out. Now that is obviously not true because their stock has been constantly dropping, so they ended up apologizing for that. That's cool, I guess. 2, they ended up doing the generic thing like, yeah, you know, we treated our members kind of badly, but don't worry, we're putting new rules in place to make sure that we're not going to do that anymore. And they said a generic corporate slop like, we are going to do better. Every time when people release stuff like this, don't really listen to what they say until they actually show results. This is another example of the only reason why I think something like this ended up being released is because they got caught, because Doki Bird ended up coming out and talk about how terrible it was to work with the company. Now they suddenly think it's a good idea that, man, I think we should actually treat our employees like normal humans and not just completely exploit them. You know, I think it's extremely bad if one of our members are really trying to forcefully log out herself. Yeah, I think we're maybe doing something bad. Let's try to fix that. No, they're only acting like this because they got caught, so don't really listen to them until they actually do stuff to improve the quality of life of the members. If after this response they actually start making decisions behind the scenes and also start talking about decisions of improving the quality of life of their members, then we could give them the thumbs up. Until then, let's just wait and see. And also, the statement that they ended up releasing on Twitter also is not really that good. Who would have saw that coming? So yeah, this just seems like another extremely big VTuber organization collapsing, because I truly think this is probably the end for Nijisanji EN. I think their other branches are going to be 100% fine, but this side of them, I don't see it surviving. I'm pretty sure we're going to slowly see them die, and then give it like 2 or 3 years later, they're just going to give up and shut down this whole side of the company and just move on and do something else, which wouldn't really be that surprising. That's because what's going on with Nijisanji is unfortunately extremely common for the whole VTuber space. Almost every single month, there's a brand new VTuber organization who gets exposed for just treating their members extremely poorly. So it seems like this is a very big problem in this whole scene. And to me, it kind of looks like a lot of these companies are just parasites who's just taking advantage of people who just want to be extremely famous and successful. And they see that and they know that they could just milk them dry, squeeze them until powder is just coming out, and then when they're done with them, they just throw them away. This is something that even Nijisanji ended up doing. I mean, every single time when a member leaves and reincarnates into a brand new VTuber model, model, they always talk about how amazing it is to be indie, or if they join another company, they talk about how amazing it is to have a management team that actually does their job. So this was just bound to happen eventually. Also, this kind of just continues my theory that I'm pretty sure every single big content creator group is just doomed to fail. That sucks, but hey, just like most things, only time can tell. I hope this is the end of this whole situation because I don't want to talk about it anymore. Anyway, that's it. My name is Lua. You have a good day or night. See ya.